I suppose we can start the interview. I'm going to ask you a few questions about yourself. Well, feel free to speak a lot. Well, answer as broad as you can.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Well, first of all, can you please tell me about your hobbies and passions? What do you do for a living, etc.? Just introduce yourself.
Well, I'm currently still a student studying at university. I'm studying software engineering, which is like the programming of apps, websites, games, things like that, and like the whole architecture behind it. So I'm studying at the University of Salford. I'm in my final year now. So that's what I do currently. And in the future, I guess for a living, I want to do something to do with software engineering. I'd either be a web developer, app developer. They're my main two sort of roles which I feel best in. Hobbies and passions. I would say mainly, my hobbies like things like football. I like to game, I like to go out, things like that. Spend time with my friends. They're like the main ones, and that's kind of what I enjoy doing the most. Sometimes doing things like puzzles, like jigsaws, maybe like Rubik's Cube, so just problem solving skills, or like things that involve that at least in programming as well requires that. So that's the things I sort of do in my spare time. So that's like a little bit about myself.
Okay, that's nice. I got a little request. None of us is a native speaker in our company. Could you please speak a bit lower, slower?
Oh, slower. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I got it. Well, you're a student, and you are studying programming. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you spend your time on internet?
On the internet, I would say I mainly spend my time on social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Mainly spend my time on them sort of apps, and sometimes just on the internet. Normally, on Instagram or Facebook, you get ads about things like you get personalized ads, so things like clothes. I don't know, like technology items. A lot of random things like just sort of to do with me and what I normally like look for. So mainly in social media, and sometimes I go out on the internet and look for like when I shop or look for things, or just like sort of like how to describe it, like very kind of useful websites, or like this like a guy normally see on social media who posts like all these like very not weird but very like useful websites just do like useful things, and I tend to like save them or stuff like that so that I have them in the future, things. So I'd say I spend quite a lot of time online. Yeah, I'd say mainly social media, or shopping, looking for items, things like that, or selling.
Well, that's great. Maybe there are bloggers or influencers that you watch specific.
Any bloggers? I mean, I follow quite a lot of people on a lot of platforms.
Maybe any specific people from the United Kingdom?
From the United Kingdom, is it just any people, any bloggers or anyone like that?
Any, yeah, yeah.
Any. Say people like people like the Sidemen or people like that. You watch them on YouTube, whatever, and they are YouTubers more than bloggers, but they do have like a lot of brand deals and stuff going for them. So people like them, mainly like like YouTubers who do stuff like that. In terms of like bloggers, like I mentioned, there might be like there's one guy who I can't remember the name, but like I said, he might post a lot of like a lot of like interesting websites where you could do stuff that you didn't know before. Like trying to think off the top of my head, like some examples right now. Where I know it's like a website where you could voice change your voice to anything, like very useful sort of tips for just anything random, like things like that. So people like that.
Well, yeah, just hang it out on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Next question. How do you meet other people?
Do I meet other people? I would say I meet people online, but I prefer to meet people in person because I don't really enjoy talking online in a way. Like it's not as much fun as it is talking in person. It's not. I prefer to talk in person, but obviously I can talk online as well. as you know, when the whole pandemic was on, I had to study from home. I had to have lectures online, so it kind of became more of a average thing for me as I got used to it. And you know, like I said, I'd say mostly meet people in person, but online I can meet people, whether it's you know for to do I don't know to like a game, or people to do like helping me with my programming, or you know just casual people.
Okay, I see that. But maybe you go in the bars with your friends and you meet other people. Just
Yeah, things like that. I know, go karting, mini golf, bowling, bars. You know, hang out, stuff like that.
yeah, I see it. Uh, do you have a significant other?
No, not at the moment.
Yeah, but you used to have, yeah.
Let's say so. Yeah,
For how long?
it was complicated, but maybe a couple of months.
Oh yeah, I do understand. But uh, at that time, how do you meet girls? I mean, not only for the romantic relationship, just girls.
How would I say I meet? I said it's either through like friendship groups. So I'd say like you know I'm friends with people, and like they have friends who I don't know, and I you know I meet them, and then that's how I sort of meet some friends and like some female friends like through that way, or whether it can be through dating apps, which it doesn't happen that frequently because as you know I don't really trust them apps that much because you know there's loads of people pretending to be people on the apps or like bots or whatever. So it's hard, you know, probably one out of 100 people you talk to will actually be someone who's like a normal person you can meet up with and talk to. So even through that way as well, and that's normally how to communicate.
Well, that's definitely true. Uh, and maybe, what do you think about dating websites?
And I think they're something to do if you have nothing like a decent thing to do if you have nothing to like really do to like kill a bit of time off. I don't think they should be taken too seriously because like I mentioned, people are out on there not really you know being who they actually are, but people who are actually on there to meet people and talk. I think you should take it with a pinch of salt and like obviously not always you know when you talk to someone believe everything they say and stuff like that. But I think just to talk to people, or even if you know if what they're not saying is true, or you know pretend to be so, at least you're getting some sort of like a talk from it. So I think for people who are maybe like very sort of like introverts and they're not really you know they don't like talking to people, meeting new people. I think that's a decent little thing to try out and just you know try and talk to other people, and you never know you might meet someone like or someone you might become friends with.
Oh yeah. Don't you have you ever used one?
Yeah, I haven't used a couple in the past. Yeah.
Which of them?
Which of them? I've used websites like Bumble, Badoo, Tinder, Plenty of Fish. I think the Facebook dating's also a thing.
Oh, did you get lucky to meet someone?
To meet someone, I would say in real life, no, but I have come away with a couple of people from these platforms who I can't talk to, maybe not on a regular basis. I talk to them occasionally, as on like a friendship level, and yeah, that's sort of what I got from it. Not met someone from it yet in real life. Though, yeah.
But you're, as I do understand, your first object there is just to talk to other people, yeah?
Yeah, that's my main objective. Just talk to people and see if you know there's like a decent feeling there for this. If there's even anything we could talk about, and if there's you know like the vibe and energy of there, and if not, then you know it's just not gonna work out. But if it's there, then I guess you know if both sides are down to like meet and just go out for a day or just casually do something, then I don't think there's anything wrong with
Yeah, I hear. But that's mainly chat or video
I
call.
would say mainly chat. I'm not really like I said. I'm not a big fan of talking through video and things like that with people I like don't know, unless it's for like I said, like studying for like a job or something like that along those lines. People I only feel comfortable talking on video. People I already know. I've at least seen a couple of times in real life. Other than that, I'm not really a big fan of it. But yeah, I kind of stick to text. But it's kind of hard to really figure out what a person really is like, or whether they're anything like what you look for in a person based off just text.
That's that's right. So let's speak about the gifts. How often do you give gifts to other people, and what do you mainly give?
How often? I would say whenever it's like someone's birthday, or it's like Mother's Day or Father's Day or anything along that, or Christmas, I'd say they're the occasions for me to get them the gift. Um, and normally what I get, it depends really on the person. If it's normally I'd say if it's for a woman, I normally look down the jewelry path of like a necklace or like something on the wrist, or like charms for like a Pandora bracelet or something. That's normally what I get for my mum usually. So things like that. For male, it would depend more on what they're like really into, whether it's like something like a tech item, whether it's like last time for my friend's birthday, I got him like a fan which you put around your neck and it blows air on you because it was quite warm at the time. So I got him that, or whether it's like a hoodie or something, or like a necklace as well. Sometimes I can get for like my friend if I know that they're gonna like it. So it varies on the person, but I normally stick, as I'm in that age group of like now 20 plus. I look more for things like they're gonna actually need. So normally, people this age, like jewelry, clothes is like the easiest ones to hit, and the people most likely be into them.
Yeah. And what difficulties arise when you choose a gift for someone?
What difficulties arise? I'd say it's always the fact whether they're gonna like it or not. It's kind of hard to like if even if your friends well, it's like, okay, are they actually gonna like this or not? So normally, if I am able to, I try to get in contact with their significant other and be like, okay, do you think they're gonna like this, or like could you try and like a couple of months before I actually buy the gift, like could you actually like hint and ask them, oh, what do you think about this? And then from there, I'm able to get an answer, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be a couple of months. He's never going to realize this, and then I can just get him a gift. So it'll be either that way, or it'll just have to be a guess, and think, okay, if he might need this, hopefully this works well. But that's why clothes is kind of a difficult thing because everyone's got different taste, and trying to get the size sometimes as well can be very, hard depicting whatever the size your friend is or whatever, because sometimes they might be large in this section or they might be medium, and you want to get the right size.
Have you ever give a gift to someone you just met, or you?
Someone I just met like recently?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would say probably yes. Not very often, but I'll probably say yeah. Is that, are we talking about like online, like a gift from online or in person or just any?
Okay, what do you think is a normal or average cost for a gift? How much
An
can you spend?
average, I'd say the average cost for a gift is anywhere from like 20 to, I don't know, 20 to 60 pound, I'd say, for an average gift, nothing too over the top, but at the same time nothing too little, like something like sort of like perfect in between.
20 from 22 to
60 pounds.
60 pounds. Yeah. And what do you think about flowers as a gift?
I think flowers is a really good gift, especially for the women. They love the flowers, so it's like it's a gift that is guaranteed to sort of not fail or like be underwhelming because they always like the flowers. So I think it's a very easy. I think it's like the last. Normally for me, it's like a last option. If I can't find anything else, I just resort to flowers. Come on, okay. If I can't find anything else, flowers will just do the job in an emergency because they're gonna like it and it's easy to get.
But yes, it's the last option, don't you? Don't you
I'd say,
consider
yeah,
it the
yeah.
first option?
I consider it normally as like a last option because I try to not be very like sort of not boring but very like cliche with my gifts and get like the most typical gift you would. I try to go out my way and get something more unique for the person, what they're gonna need. So like I mentioned, one time I got my friend like a fan because he, for it was warm for quite some time, and he was, when we were playing games or whatever, he was like saying, oh, it's so hot in my room. So from there I saw a clock, okay, he might need a fan or something. So that's why I got him that, rather than just something standard like a hoodie or like, I don't know, a gift card, let's say. So I tried to look for something like more personalized to the person, because that's kind of like the gifts I like to receive. I'd much rather receive like a more personal gift than just a gift card. So that's why I try to aim when I get gifts for people. And that's why I say flowers are the last sort of thing I resort to, because if I can't find anything specific or unique for the person, I'll go for flowers most likely.
Okay, I see that. But do British people give flowers only to their significant others, or you can give it to someone you just want, to your friend?
If I'm honest, I mean, I've never had one of my friends give me flowers before. I've never gifted flowers to one of my male friends, so I don't think that's a thing. But in terms of like for women, I think for like Mother's Day, for your girlfriend, for your partner, for your wife, and flowers are always a good thing. And even if you're just like dating a girl or you just met a female, I think flowers are always a good gift. They always like the flowers, so I think they work for that. Whether like girls get other girls flowers, I'm not sure about that. I'm not really that certain, but maybe they do, because girls always have this thing for flowers, so maybe they also get flowers. But I think flowers is normally like a very, especially for Mother's Day, things like that. That's like number one gift, definitely in the UK. I think
For who?
it's normally for like Mother's Day.
Uh-huh.
It's normally like flowers and a box of chocolates. They're like the two things you always get for Mother's Day. And normally that's like, I'd say that's like the top two gifts people get for their birthday or as a gift is flowers or chocolates. They're like the two things I notice quite significantly. Anything other than them two is, I'd say, considered a bit different, more unique.
Oh yeah. That's nice. Yeah. What and how do you prefer gift flowers? I mean, the way you do it.
How do I prefer to do it? I think it's best to, I mean, depends on the situation, because if you're going out and say like, if you're giving it to someone you live with, then you can you could surprise them and give it them. But if you're going out, say like you're going on a trip to town to meet him up, you have to carry those flowers all the way with you. Then she has to carry them all the way with her, and that's like a little bit inconvenient, because carrying flowers with you along the way, they're gonna get a bit damaged, a bit wrecked. It might be raining or whatever, or so they'll be a bit in the way. So I think in terms of like gifting them to someone you don't live with, it can be a bit of an issue if you're meeting up somewhere, unless it's like you're meeting up at the house or it's like a arranged party somewhere. I think then it's okay. But if you're giving it to someone in like closed space, like a house, room, or whatever, I think it works really well. You could just hide them behind your back, whatever, or just put them in a flower pot already, have them ready sitting there.
I do agree. Have you ever tried maybe this delivery for flowers?
Have I tried delivery flowers? I've never actually tried to deliver. If I'm being not of real flowers. I've had like fake flowers delivered from like Amazon before, but real flowers I've never had delivered them before yet. Well, recently I was at a wedding where people were ordering flowers for a delivery to be delivered to the wedding location where it was, like for the married couple. I wasn't one of these people, but I knew a lot of people that did that, so I sort of saw how it worked. But yeah, never done it before really. But I think it's a good thing to do if you want to get someone flowers, because it's a lot better than buying flowers and then going to their house just to give them flowers.
Especially when he's not living in your town.
Yeah, especially they don't live close by, and if you've never been to the house, it's a bit kind of awkward.
Definitely. We're speaking a lot about the flowers because we are launching the app with the opportunity only to give flowers at first.
Yeah,
That's why
I saw there was a big selection of flowers before.
Maybe there's what's important to you when you choose a bouquet?
What's important to me? Definitely the price. Can't be too expensive, but no, I think the price it's not the most important thing. I mean, the most important thing is that the flowers do look nice and they look appealing, and that they don't look either like too boring or they don't look too like, I don't know, in bad condition. So I think it's if they look in good condition. I think I don't know, because every person has different preference in flowers, but I'd like to go for like colorful flower, like a nice mix of like different flowers in a bouquet where it's just a lot of different colors in there, not just like same flower over and over. So there's like a mix of different ones. It just looks nice. Yeah, you know, if it's I've not bought flowers before for like a very close significant, like my significant other. So that's I've not really bought roses before, because you know that's normally for just significant other, or at least that's what people normally do. So that's why I normally go for like really colorful flowers. So like I said, the most important thing to me is like the condition they're in, how many flowers there is as well. Because you know, I think a bigger, like when there's more flowers in it, it looks bigger. It looks a lot nicer as well than if it's very thin and there's only like a few flowers. So I'd say the size of it and like the quantity and quality of flowers.
You told me about the price. How much do you think the flowers should cost?
I mean, I think I think flowers, I'd say anywhere from £10 to like 50, 60. You know, 50, 60, like that's a kind of expensive price for flowers, but at the same time, if you only get some really nice special flowers that are going to last and not just, you know, be dead within a week or two, you have to spend quite a bit. So I think anywhere from £10 to £60 is like a reasonable and good pot price for flowers.
I do agree with you, actually. Well, since we still have 40 minutes, I suppose we should start explaining our application.
Okay.
Did you? Well, do you need some time to just refresh your understanding
My
about
memory.
it? Okay. Can you please tell me what this application is about?
Well, from my understanding, this application is basically a tool which just helps you get items delivered to someone as a gift without having to actually, like, you know, ask them for what their address is and then input their address and send it to their address. Rather than that, you can just sort of get a gift and whatever, and then you can just send the link to the person, and then they can just put in their details in, and then they will receive the gift, and they can select like when to get it or where they want to get it. Do they want to deliver it to the house or pickup point? So it just makes that sort of process of getting a gift delivered to someone a lot easier, rather than, you know, having you having to message them, oh yeah, by the way, where do you live? Which is, you know, not kind of like a very, I don't know, can be kind of an awkward thing to say to people, especially, you know, if you've not known them for a long time, or, you know, if they don't fully trust you or you're new to them. Just kind of giving your address is the most great thing to do. So I think that's what the app's for, and it kind of makes that a lot simpler and easier for people who want to get gifts for, I don't know, like a new girlfriend they have and they just don't know where she lives yet.
Were there any difficulties when you use that app, when you've been using the application?
Have I had any difficulties? I'd say the only difficulties I had was maybe when I was actually registering for account, like, you know, when you're trying to click the continue button for the register, you kind of have to click it underneath where the button's actually located. Like if you click on the button, it doesn't do anything. You have to click under. So I'd say there was a bit of an issue with that, because at first I was like, okay, I put my email in, is my email actually wrong, or is the button just not being clicked? And then I figured after like about 2 minutes that the button just needs to be clicked a bit lower or just hit a bit harder, I guess. And then I got through. And other than that, registering was pretty simple. Getting all the information in, like the picture, the address, so that I can have an account which lets me like receive and send gifts to people, was pretty self-explanatory and easy to do as well at the time. Yeah, I don't think there was any difficulties for me.
Would you say that that's kind of an easy application? It's easy to
Yeah,
understand it.
I'd say it's kind of a very basic and easy application for most people. I think the only issue people might have is like getting getting all the information required for the account. So activate the feature for you where you can browse gifts and select what to buy for who and who to send it to. Where, you know, it actually like putting an address, putting more details about yourself, so like your account's more like it gets validated. So I think that's the only thing I feel like some people might have an issue with. I feel like that's going to be more for maybe like the older people. I feel like the younger people my age, they're not really going to have an issue with that, because that's like a typical thing for us when we sign up for an application on our website.
the whole issue is here because the whole issue is that they don't want to give their personal information, or there are just too many things to just feel.
I don't think it's to do with giving too much information. I think the information asked is kind of basic, you know, your address, your name, your email, your phone number, just some basic ways that, you know, they can, the owners of the page can get in contact with you at least. So I think the information's fine. I think what the issue is just for people is actually going to be filling it in. Because I remember when I was actually filling it in, I filled in all the information. It said, okay, it's complete. And then it still said like, it still said that my account still wasn't active and the notes activated. I think I just double check on my actual phone because I've got the app here. I think I had to go to, what was the menu? I think I had to go to I had to go to the menu. I had to go to my profile, and then underneath my profile, I had to add an address second time because the first time I had an address, it wasn't enough. I had to add an address and number again, and then it actually validated my account.
I'm gonna check it. I didn't know about the problem. Well, anyway, thanks. So what do you think? In what situation would you use this application?
What situation? I'd say I'd use this in a situation where I don't know the address of the person I'm buying the gift for, and I just maybe not that I don't want to ask him, but it kind of ruins the surprise because if you just ask them what is your address, they might give it you, but they're like why, and you're like I don't know, just want to. There's not really, you know, it kind of gives away the fact you're going to get a gift, and if you want to make a secret gift, then you know this is, I mean, this as well, they're gonna probably realize, but not as much as if you were just to ask them, yo, I've got a gift for you, can you give me your address? You know, so you know, it kind of makes it easier in a way. And you know, like I said, if I was recently started dating a girl, someone I wanted to get flowers for, and it was a birthday, whatever, then this will definitely be a better way to do it than to just say, okay, where do you live? Can I have your address?
Yeah, but in this case, you should ask for their link, actually.
Yeah, I thought that link as well. You know, I think you could do that as well. You know, I think that's kind of makes it a lot easier and more useful. You know, I mean, it's in a way they're still going to know you're sending them a gift most likely, but at least it's, I guess, a more convenient way of asking or doing it. You know, if a person doesn't trust you yet, or like I said, you're really new to each other.
Yeah. Okay, just for people that you don't know that close, I would say, if I get you, okay. And who would you think this application will be useful for?
I think it'll be useful for definitely, like I said, people who are maybe like at the beginning of, or they're trying to get with someone to a relationship, like with a girl somewhere or a guy, they're trying to get them a gift and surprise them. I think that's going to be like going to target that area specifically because, you know, when you meet someone, you don't normally just, you know, you find out a little bit about them. You don't straight away just go, oh, where do you live, by the way? Like the exact address. You might know the city, you might know the like county, whatever, but you're not going to know the exact like door address sort of thing scenario. But you might know the whereabouts. So that's why I say that, you know, for people like that, the start, I guess maybe it could even be for people who like they're not friends with someone, they know someone, they're not really friends with them, but you know, they know them and they kind of want to get a gift for them. And they want to do it that way, or just for people who, even if you know where someone lives, I guess, but you want to get flowers for them and you wouldn't know, and you want like a guarantee that they're going to get delivered in a good way and everything, rather than, you know, just get delivered, I guess, in like a box or something like an Amazon box where they might get squashed or damaged. Then I guess this is also for you, because at least here the flowers might come in a way better condition.
I see that. Did you understand that the whole gist of this application is the link that you get, and how would you think people can use the link to receive their gifts?
I mean, I'm assuming that if they send you the link, then that link will somehow, it can either contain their address and you just put the link in, and then obviously the system will be able to from there just get the address without you knowing the address, or you could give someone your link and they could just, I guess, use the link to then fill in the address for the delivery of that product. So from what my understanding of the app was, that it was that they were the two options. I think there was like, there was three options where one, you don't know completely where they live, one where you know like the city where they live, and third was like, you know, the whereabouts, something like that, but you know, you don't know the exact location. I think they were like the three options I saw when I was looking at like, you know, the delivery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
let's make a little conclusion. What benefits do you think there are in this application? Who would you? Yeah. Why would people use it?
I think why people would use, I think it's a much more convenient way of getting a gift to someone, like I mentioned, because if you want to send it to them like on Amazon or whatever, you can, there's no way to do like send it to a friend. You just have to manually actually enter the address as if it's your own address and set their house as like the destination. Whereas here you can pick a present and then by just a simple referral link, you can just be able to get it sent to someone and they can pick where they want to receive it, whether they want to receive, like I said, like a pickup store or their address. So I think it suits both parties more and it's just more convenient and a lot faster than, you know, getting someone's address and putting it in and getting it sent to them and all that stuff.
Okay. What do you think? Who are the people you would recommend this application for? Who would you recommend this for? Maybe they have some specific social roles.
Specific social, I mean, specific social, if I have to recommend, I think like I said, I'd recommend this to more like people. I'd say probably more to do maybe, I don't think it'd be any age. I think just any people who just want to get a gift for someone who they may have only recently met or they not know really that well, or you know, trying to get a gift for someone who maybe values their privacy more and is not as open about like their details, like, you know, they're not as open about everything they have, where they live and stuff like that. They're a bit more closed about things like that, and they want to get them a gift, and you know, this is like best way to do it for them because they don't have to, the person doesn't have to disclose their address to anyone other than the actual, you know, delivery of the website. So I think it's for people like that, or so like I said, maybe more like introverted people who don't want to be putting that kind of information out there to people, or if they don't trust someone yet. Because I mean, it is your address at the end of the day. You don't want to be giving that away to someone you don't trust or someone who you may not know that well yet because you don't know what they're capable of, what they're up to. So it's definitely a more trustworthy way of being able to receive and send gifts without, you know, having that fear that, okay, I have to give my address to this person. I don't know what they might do with it. They might share online, they might give it to other people. It makes you just basically sleep at night a lot better.
Great, that's great. Okay, I'm over with the questions. So now I'm going to show you our ads that we're going to launch. First all, I just need your general opinion about it, and I need I need you to check if there are any grammatic mistakes because it was made not by the native speaker.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Well, I just need to send you the video first of all. I cannot see how I can do that. Oh, okay. Well,
Okay,
I just
see the
sent you
video.
the first two.
Okay. So shall I watch the first video?
Yeah, could you please watch the first video?
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that the first video is finished.
Yeah, can you please give me your opinion about it straight away? Feel free to criticize it.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think it's actually it's a good way of like good way of representing what the actual app is. You know, like showing what they sell first of all, sort of a little bit of what you sell, and then just like the process of how easy it actually is to send gifts to people, and you know, doing it on like a place like WhatsApp, which is what a lot of people message on. Is it whether it's WhatsApp, Instagram, DMs, Messenger? So I think it's kind of a nice way to show just how easy it is, like a little bit of a selection of what you can choose from. So I think it's just enough information to give someone who's never used this or seen it an idea of what you can expect this service to offer you and what you can do with it. So I think it's actually really good and informative without being like too overly long and complicated.
It's nice. Maybe some things that irritated you.
If I'm honest, I'm just looking back at it. I don't think there's anything irritating about it. Is this like an ad for like an ad that's going to be a phone only mobile phones or also like laptops or is it just mobile phones?
Laptops, I would say, and mobile phones.
Okay, because I mean mobile because obviously like I'm looking at it, it's not like I don't know if this is that it's not that much of to do with the ad, but it's not like you know full screen like it's not full resolution the way the actual video. But that's why I was asking over just because if it's for mobile phones, you're not gonna notice it. But no, I don't think there's anything that I really like sort of hate about it. Like I don't see anything really wrong with it or anything that like sticks out to me as strange. Everything just seems like a typical ad. You know, you got the information supplied, shown how to do it. So I don't see anything I can sort of like say that irritates me.
Oh, that's great. So let's watch another video. It's yeah, let's watch another video.
The second video, okay, I'll
Yeah.
watch it now. Okay, that's the video pretty much over. So I mean, again, I think this one's more or less. I'm assuming this is more of like a not a video ad, but sort of more like a just like more of like a poster ad sort of thing. But you don't watch, you just read and sort of have a look at. But I think again, I think it's for what it is. I think it's good. I think it's how do I describe it? The video of like you know the girl playing with the flowers is like a nice touch to the rest. Like I like the design of the actual poster itself, like different colors used and the different shapes. I think it's kind of very easy to sort of straight away see what's what and kind of pleasant to look at because of like the colors used, like not sort of not too bright and like aggressive, not uncomfortable to look at. Like it's not a very strange color combination, like kind of like lime, red, and yellow, which just would probably that really hurt your eyes. Like I said, like the video of the girl, I kind of like her playing with the flowers, but the only thing I would say is maybe that video could be I don't know, like a bit more different. Like I don't know, could be a picture of it could maybe like be a video of a shot of obviously in that little bubble, a short video of like the flowers being gifted to the person or like delivered to their door, like you know them opening the door and receiving the flowers. That's like just a little suggestion, obviously. But I think the way it is, I think it's good. But I think there's a lot of there's a lot of things you could still do with that and like you know make it a lot better than it already is.
Oh, great! Thanks. I love the idea. Let's just I open a file and you open your file and
Okay.
just let's see. Well, what do you think about the first one? You can check the
first sort of ad.
Yeah, not only yeah, the first
Yeah,
page.
okay. Yes, I see it. First page. So make your loved one's birthday even brighter by giving beautiful flowers from the local florist, no matter how far you are. I mean, I like it. I think it's like a normal ad I would see. Feel like maybe the bit where it's like the bottom where it says you give her install now. I feel like maybe that the font for that or like the you give her there could be a bit more like I don't know, more suited for the app or just a bit bigger or something, because it kind of just looks very small there. Just, I don't know. Feel like it could just, I don't know, look a bit better. But that's the only thing I see wrong with it.
You mean the phone?
Not the phone. Underneath the phone, you can see the text, like the name
the text you give her.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that could be bigger, or that could be in different font and look more like, I don't know, like nicer, I guess, more like, I don't know. Well, that's like the only little thing I see that could be done different about it.
What about the text? Is there something you should you
text,
can improve?
Make your loved one's birthday even brighter by giving beautiful flowers from a local florist, no matter how far you are. I don't think there's anything wrong with the text there, other than the fact I think it's missing a full stop all the way at the end after how matter how far you are. At the end, there should be full stop to cut that sentence off. But
You
other
mean
than that,
the dot?
yeah, the little dot at the end is missing. I think that's the only thing missing in terms of that. Yeah, I think that's the only thing. Everything else in the text makes sense. It seems fine.
Oh, that's great. Okay, let's move to another page.
Page 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, is there 2 images on page 2? Or that one image?
Two.
Okay, so the first image, I think this one's better than the first one. I think the image used is a lot nicer. Like, you kind of get more of like the feeling of a gift here, because you can see the woman like flowers, and she's reading like a tag or card, normally where you have like a name or who it's for. And I think the image is a lot brighter and just looks nicer than the first one. And then you give her as a new way of giving beautiful flowers from local florists. It's never been easy to make your loved ones happier. I think that statement's also better. I think in general, this second one is a lot better than the first one. Just the image and the text used, they just give a more positive sort of feeling, and it catches the eye more, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I do agree with you. And also we can improve you giver and little dot.
Yes, yeah. Then the second picture on the second page is, do you use dating apps? Reach new level of online. The statement there, reach new level of online communication. I think, from what I know, I think that should be reach a new level of online communication. So there should be just a single A between reach and new, for I think the grammar correction there.
Reach a new level.
Yeah, just A. But other than that, I think everything in terms of the grammar is fine. And is this like and I think everything else is fine. You can see the little image of the phone there. I think that's good. Nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, I don't think it doesn't stand, like, if I saw that, it wouldn't stand out to me like more than any other ad, I think. But at the same time, it doesn't look bad. So it's like, I'd say it's like just a casual ad.
Just one of the amount.
And then the third page, first image on the third page, you give gifts, how to set up your own online store. Just add your products, we'll take care of the rest. Expand your possibilities of your blog, create an online store, and a few clicks, we take care of the rest. Create an online store. I think that one's fine as well. I think from what I see, I don't see any immediate like grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes to my knowledge. Again, I think I like the image used. I think maybe the actual image of like the girl with like the yellow bubble around her could be made a little bit bigger, maybe. But other than that, I think it's fine. I think it's a good ad. I mean, it's for the creating of your own blog. I think it explains it pretty well what it does without being like loads of information to read. Because if you see loads to read, you also get sort of put off. So I think it's fine as well. Yeah, I think it's good. And then the second image on this following page.
We have already discussed it here.
Have we?
The video. Well, maybe no.
The second image on the third page, which will make her day happier, with the little woman in a little bubble circle.
Well, what do you think about it?
I think. Oh, this is kind of just like the video you showed me before.
Yeah, I think that's what I told her.
Oh, that's what I mean. Okay, yeah. I think it's good as well. I said what I already talked about before. I think it's also good. Here it looks nice. You got like the picture of the app. and little title and just a little image of a gold flower. So I think it's good as well.
Okay.
And then on the fourth page, are you a creator? Follow your passion and leave online commerce to us. And then you give your own online store in a matter of minutes, exclusively for influencers. Let your followers shop easily and quickly and gift goods in your online store. I think the text in the black at the bottom where it says "let your followers shop easily and quickly" could be a little bit bigger, because I can see it, but I feel like it might be a bit of a challenge to read for maybe some people who have not got the best eyesight. And I feel like the text in the white as well, like your own online store in a matter of minutes, thing like that, white could be a bit bigger as well. But like, again, the image behind it is nice. It works well with the colors. So again, I think this one's fine. Just the text could be a bit bigger, or the ad could just in general be just maybe zoomed in more and made it that way, so it look a bit better.
Oh yeah. Well, when you use the phone.
Yeah, I guess if I was to use a phone, then maybe it might seem different, because I've seen it in Word and it's kind of a different thing. But maybe the text could just be made a bit bigger, the white and black text. But other than that, I think again it's fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. And I think it's, again, all the information that needs to be shown to the actual user is shown in a good way. Not too much of it, but not too little. So you have a good idea of what the ad's actually about and what it's promoting.
Okay, I see that. Well, the last page, just these sentences. Could you please check it if everything's okay?
So text, make your loved one smile today. Delight forces over handmade bouquet from a local florist. Yeah, I think that's fine. Other than the actual full stop, we said that needs to be put at the end, I think.
I have a question about the local florists. Do you see that as a benefit?
Of what, the phrase local florist?
Well, yeah, local florist. How would people react on that?
Well, I'll be honest. Before this, I don't think I've ever actually heard or seen the word florist or heard someone actually say this word before. So it's actually a new word to me. I've not heard it before. But from a local florist, I think it sounds good to the point. Good because at least you kind of like saying that the flowers will be from a local store. They won't be traveling to you from somewhere like France or something. So I'll be traveling half the world just for flowers. So kind of a good indication that the delivery shouldn't take too long, and also the flowers shouldn't be too damaged or in a bad condition because they're not going for a long journey. So I think that's a good phrase to use.
But you haven't ever heard the word florist? Yes.
No, I don't. If I'm honest, I don't think I've ever used someone say the word florist. I don't know. Like I said, I've bought flowers in the past, but I've never bought very expensive flowers. So maybe that's why I've not heard the phrase. But if I'm honest, I've not actually heard the phrase before, florist. So yeah, that's
that's interesting. What word would you use here?
Instead, I don't know. Being honest, normally when I buy flowers, I tell someone I'm going to buy flowers. I don't say where I'm going to buy the flowers from. I just say I'm just going to buy flowers. I don't normally say I'm going to get some flowers from the local florist. I just say I'm going to buy flowers. I don't normally specify where from. So I'm not sure, but I don't think the word's out of place or anything. It's just I don't think I use the word that often. And as I said before, when I'm talking about flowers and stuff, whatever, it tends to be with my parents or family, and I speak Polish to my family. So I wouldn't use this word because I wouldn't speak in this language. So maybe that's also why I've not really come across this word as much. But yeah, I don't think I think it fits the genre to be in there.
Maybe where the local shop would fit here.
From a local shop. No, I think a local florist. I think it sounds fine. I don't think there's anything wrong. Because I think from a local shop, it would sound like the flowers are coming from like a Tesco or something. So I think a local florist does sound better.
Okay, I see that.
And then second one, send flowers anywhere in the world with you giver. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that statement. Show your appreciation without violating the recipient's privacy. Again, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think appreciation. I would just advise maybe double checking appreciation. I'm not the best at spelling, but like I said, I think that is how you spell appreciation, but maybe just just double check it in case.
Okay.
But I think it's spelled correctly. And then number 4, it will help to delicately draw attention without violating personal space. It will help to delicately draw attention without violating personal space. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that statement. Trying to read this mind. It will help to draw attention. I don't think there's anything wrong with that statement. Just I haven't really. I don't know. I don't think I've heard a statement like that similar to that. But it's not to say it's wrong. It's just a bit new to me.
And then not 5, for you, yeah.
No, not that's for me. It's just I think it's just a bit more unique. The actual sentence, it's not like an average sentence what you see every shop or someone has. So I'd say it's actually kind of unique, and that's kind of good because if someone reads it, they might catch their head because they're like, "Oh, I've not heard this before. What's this?" So I think that's good. So,
but I'm afraid at the same time it's a bit difficult.
It's not difficult to understand. Like I understand exactly what it means. It's just it was a bit like weird to me because I was like, "Oh, I've not heard this before." So it's not that it's hard to understand. It's just it's a bit different, which is kind of what you want. You want your ads to be different to other people's, but. Anyway, and then number 5 is a service for giving real gifts for users of social networks. So, is a service for giving real gifts for users of social networks and apps. Now, that one, I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with the grammar, but I think it just kind of sounds a bit odd. I think maybe rather than that, it should be something like.
Maybe there's a word missed. YouGiver is a service for giving real gifts.
Yeah, maybe have like YouGiver as a service for giving real gifts for users. For like, have it like YouGiver as a service for giving real gifts for social network and app users or
app users, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. So like, but definitely the beginning is a service. It should be either like we are a service or YouGiver. Just getting your name out there more, so like it gets into people's heads. It's like YouGiver as a service for giving real gifts for users of social networks and apps. That sounds a lot better than is a service. That's the only thing wrong with that, and I think that's everything. The last page is empty.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for your help.